Welcome back to another episode of Overkill Trading. I hope everybody is having a great day today. I started the stream a little early today. I got some stuff to do to get ready for the weekend. We're going to the rodeo. We're going to have some fun this weekend. Wanted to hop on here and go over the watch list for you guys before that. And we're going to be covering all these names today, all the names in our watch list. These are the current names that I am holding positions on, and these are all the other assets, stocks, and cryptocurrencies we are looking at going into next week. So we would be actively looking for positions and buying opportunities on these names. This is a filtered list that we edit here every single week. So added a few new names here today. And we're going to be hitting this whole thing. Look at Arrow up 19% on the day. We've been buying that since back here in 60 cents. The thing's up 40 to 45% and has a lot of room to go back up here to the red zone. So I'm excited to do this, guys. We haven't done a watch list in a couple of weeks, but we are hitting all these names here on today's live stream. If you guys are watching the replay here today, if we can get this video to 300 likes by Monday, I will go ahead and give away 100 XRP to somebody down in the comment section of the replay here. XRP is currently sitting at $3.30. Nice move off of our signal back here at around 290. That was on Monday. Nice move up. And yeah, guys, altcoins, things are looking very good. Markets are looking very bullish. We are right on target for our end of the year target for the top of the bull market. We're still targeting Q4 to Q1. Thinking that we're just going to keep going up until then. There's going to be some little dips, some little pullbacks, but the majority of names are pointing straight up right now, and I'm really excited to get into some of these names. So before we jump in real quick, guys, I'm going to cover the trading rules for everybody that is new. It's also good to refresh these every time so we can come back, right? We're remaining disciplined. We have a strategy. If you guys are trading, if you're investing and you don't have a strategy, it's like you're throwing darts when you're blind. You got to have a plan. You got to have a strategy in this industry, or it is very likely that you will fail. Not a lot of people make it in stocks or crypto. A lot of people fail. And in my opinion, it is because the lack of having a plan and the lack of discipline to follow that plan. So here on this channel, guys, we are not day traders. We are swing traders that focus on a monthly and a daily chart. Our typical time frame for trades is 1 to 6 months. So when I start talking about these trades, today, if we're thinking about buying, we're thinking about holding the asset that we buy for anywhere from 1 to 6 months, depending on how the trade plays out. So we have a number of indicators that we use here on this channel. This green dot is going to mean buy, and the red dot is going to mean sell. When I talk about the green and red dots here, let's just go to a chart of Bitcoin here, for example. Very familiar chart for everybody. Typically, what we are looking for here in rule number 4 is the green dot on the monthly chart. So the reason we look for the green dot on the monthly chart is because it tells us that we are going up, right? Potentially going up for the next 1 to 6 months. Okay, you could zoom out of Bitcoin here, and you can actually see to this point in time, August 8th, 2025, if you would have bought any one of these green dots here on the monthly, you would have made money until this point in time over the last, since 2013. 2013 to now, almost 26. I mean, that's almost 13 years that this thing has been accurate. So you could see, let's just go back to 2023. Bitcoin printed a green dot right here on January of 2023. That was called out around $17,000, $18,000. We called that out. And obviously it's sitting up here at 116, but you also had a dot called out right here in October. Boom. That was at around 25,000. This one here was called out at 68,000. And then this was the most recent one here in May, called out around 100,000. So pretty much what the green dot tells us, guys, is that we are going up. Okay, and we want that on a monthly chart because we are focused on a monthly time frame, a 1 to 6 month time frame. So when a green dot pops up on our monthly chart, that tells us that the direction is going to be up over the next 1 to 6 months. Okay, so we want that in our favor. So red means down, green means up. It's really that simple. Okay, so the first thing we're looking at is the monthly chart because, again, we're looking at the monthly and the daily charts. So after we get that monthly dot, we are looking to take a position. We're looking to buy. We're looking to go long, buy and hold for 1 to 6 months, right? And what we can do is we can then zoom into the daily and we can look for these pullbacks on the daily chart. So again, with the monthly chart, each one of these candles represents 1 month's worth of time. So this is 30 days, 30 days, 30 days, 30 days, 30 days. Okay, well, this one in August here is only 8 days because, again, it's August 8th, so there's only been 7 days so far. But again, throughout the month, this candle is going to go up and down and up and down. Well, now if it goes down, right, we want to get in here to the daily time frame, which is a smaller time frame. So if you think about it, right, 30 days typically in a month, right? So there's 30 of these candles. If you add up 30 of these candles, it equals one of these candles. The reason we like to focus on the monthly is because the dots are the most accurate on the higher time frames. The monthly chart is going to be the most accurate for these signals. Okay, the lower the time frame you go, if I go in here to an hourly chart, you can see there's a bunch of signals constantly going off. So not every one of these is going to be 100% accurate, right? I'm not saying the monthly is 100% accurate, but the larger the time frame that you're using, the more accurate the signal is going to be, simply because there is the most data on that chart. There's more data on the monthly than there is on the hourly. Okay, does that make sense? I hope so. Okay, so again, looking for the green dot. After we get the green dot on the monthly, we are then looking for the daily dot. So a good example of this recently is Ethereum. We called out Ethereum right here in June at $2,500. It's now sitting up here at 4,000. But you could see if you zoom into the daily, back there in June, there was a really good time to buy on this dip. So our buying strategy is simple. Simply put, we want the monthly dot. So if you get a monthly dot and a daily dot, that means buy. So this right here, back in June, because Ethereum did have the green dot here on the monthly, in June, we were actively looking for a daily dot. We got one right here at around 24. This one came at 22. This one came at 25. And now it's sitting up here at 4,000. So you had a long time to be buying Ethereum. You had a bunch of opportunities here on these green dots to add to the position. So our buying strategy is right there. Monthly green dot plus daily green dot equals buy. And I like to go over these rules in every video just because I want you guys to really understand what it is we're looking for. Okay? I try not to post stuff based on hype and things like that. Everything we do here is based on logic and data. Okay? We are using a formula here. Okay, and that is the equation. So when it comes to selling, we have two different sell strategies. Simply put, this is the buy strategy. Okay, if you could break it down to this equation, it's very simple. As long as the name has a green monthly dot, we are looking for the daily dot to add to the position. Okay, but normally we want to act on the monthly dot right away. Okay, and I actually have a thread over here now for you guys in the trade alert section under the dots and signals that tells you how to trade every single alert that we get. We also call the dots out over here in the Discord as well. You guys can see we call the monthly alerts. Look at all these going off today. You got Doge, you got Tesla, you got Apple, you got ICP, you got PLTR. Lots of names going off. We had Rose last night. That was a big one. Rose looks good. I know a lot of you have been following that trade for a while as well. I really like that setup. We'll talk about that here today as well. But those are all called out over here. And again, you guys can get the breakdown of each dot and what to do on each one right over here. Again, this is not financial advice, guys. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy on YouTube that likes to talk about charts. I do have a disclaimer over here that states all that. But again, we're just all here to share information with each other and gather information from each other. We're here to work as a community, as a unit, as an army to conquer these markets together. It's a lot better to invest with people than it is by yourself. So if you're new, welcome. And we're going to be getting into the charts here in just a second. Let me talk about the sell strategy real quick, and then we'll dive into these charts. So sell strategy number one is based on a daily chart. Okay, typically what we want to do here is sell a big red dot in the red zone on the daily. So whenever you hear me talk about the red zone today, I'm talking about this zone up here. Okay, this is a Fibonacci. So you can see the last time Ethereum was in the red zone, okay, this was the time to sell. You had a red dot there and a red dot there back in 2024 in January at 4,000. And then it sold all the way back off to 1,500. So it dipped like 60% from that topping signal right there in the red zone. So anytime price comes up here into the red zone, we are looking to sell and take profits. Now, sometimes we go into something that's called a price discovery phase, and that's when we break out over the red zone. Okay, we break out over it and we start to make higher, right? We start to go higher. So that's price discovery, but it's always good practice to take some off the table here in the red zone. If you're using our strategy, again, if you were buying down here with us at 2,300, you're up 78% on the trade. So again, if you get a red dot up here, like you did right here at 3,800, okay, not a bad place to come over here and take a look at the dots and signals and see, hey, if we get a daily dot in the red zone, not a bad place to reduce the position by 25 to 100%. And when we're talking about 25 to 100%, right? You don't have to sell the entire position of Ethereum if you don't want to. If you think it's going to go into this price discovery phase and keep going up, you don't have to sell the whole thing, but it's normally a good practice if you're up, again, 80% to take off 25 to 50% in case it does decide to correct. Because really, we can't know for sure what it's going to do. But if you didn't take some off here, if you didn't sell 25, 50% back here in December, you're probably pissed. You were probably really pissed to watch your account go from, right, Ethereum went from 4,000 all the way down here to 1,300. That was a 67% drop. Okay, ugly. We want to make sure we're not being greedy and taking profits, and you could see that Ethereum is breaking out over the red zone. So that's a really good sign. I do think alts are going to run really hard here into the end of the year. I think we're going to see a big explosion, and then everyone's going to be just losing their minds again. Like over here on the cheat sheet, we're going to go into this delusion, new paradigm phase, and then that's when it's going to be time to take profits. I've been saying November for almost 4 months now. I've been thinking November, September, maybe. We just have to look at the charts, but Q4 to Q1 are going to be looking like up here, right? We want to sell up in this area when people are very excited about things, and we want to buy when nobody's excited. That's why everyone was laughing at us when we were saying buy Ethereum right here at 2,500. Well, they're not really saying much now because, again, that trade played out just like it should have, right? We took the green dot there on the monthly on Ethereum, and bada bing, bada boom. Again, every time you would have entered on these green dots with the wave down here in the past, here's 2023 at 1,300, went up to 4,000. Back here in 2020, Ethereum was trading at $173. It went all the way up to 5,000. So again, we're using data. We're not just saying it's going to go to this price at this time, right? We don't do that. We're simply just looking at the data. If the dot's green, it means we're going up. We want to buy things that are going up. We don't want to buy things that are going down. Therefore, that's why we look for that green dot there on the monthly. So sell strategy number one, again, is to take profits, okay, on a red dot in the red zone. That is sell strategy number one. And sell strategy number two is that we want to sell when that stochastic RSI, that is the light blue line on the trading indicator, when that hits the white dotted line on the monthly chart. So when I talk about the stochastic RSI today, I'm talking about this light blue line right here. This is called the stochastic RSI. So when this touches this white dotted line up here, that just means it hits the 100 value, just like it did right here back in March. You could see that was right around the top right there on Ethereum, and also back here in April 2021. That was about 4 years ago, back here at 4,500. We then ended up selling off all the way down to $1,000 after we got that topping signal. So those are the two selling strategies. I have the trading rules all there laid out for you guys. I also have a free trading course over here if you guys are new. There's 7 or 8 videos that'll go over everything about our strategy, completely free over there in the Discord. That link is in the description if you guys want to go check that out. If you guys do not have the indicators we're talking about today, I'm talking about the green and red dots, the stochastic RSI, everything we just went over, along with this Fibonacci tool. If you guys don't have the Fibonacci, I think this is one of the best tools to have on your charts. It's great for getting an idea on price targets and things like that. Okay, up here you could see that 4,000 was one of our price targets for Ethereum. So I sold my Ethereum. I sold the ETF because I had options at around 3,600. So obviously it's up a little bit afterwards. But again, the goal is never to time the exact top, guys. We want to get out near the top. Okay, you want to sell into the green. Okay, right now people are getting excited again. I'm not saying Ethereum can't go to 5,000 to 8,000 here this cycle, but I was happy with that 78% move to the upside. Okay, I could have sold 50%, but I decided to take the whole position off. And again, I just reinvested that into another setup that I liked at the time. Chainlink is still my largest position right now, and that thing is just absolutely on the move. Again, my first target for Link to take profits is 26 to 28. My average cost on Chainlink is like $15 right now. I'm up 35% on the position. So things are looking really good here, folks, but that is the strategy. And again, if you guys do not have those trading indicators we just went over, you guys can download those by clicking on this link. It takes a couple of clicks and everything loads directly into your TradingView account. So let's go ahead and start up here at the top of our watch list. We're going to be covering all these names here today on the stream. So if you guys are on the live, you guys can always come back and watch this later. We post all of the past live streams over here in the latest tab. So you guys can always go back if you guys missed a video or you missed a live stream and watch the replay. With that being said, let's go ahead and dive in to these charts. I'm really excited for this watch list here today. The first one's going to be Aero. This is AERO. So we've been buying this since right here at around 60 cents. I think my average cost on it is like 62 at the moment, and it's at 104. So again, there's a lot of meat on this bone. My target for take profit is anywhere from 2 to 220. up here in the red zone. I think 2 would be a great take profit area up there. I think that's where I consider selling the first bit of my arrow. But again, this move looks like it's just getting started. I mean, this looks really, really good. It's got the green weekly, and the monthly is pointing straight back up. So it hit about 240 back there in April. So that was the top. I'm looking to take profit on this thing at around $2. Here's OP. Again, still way down here. You can see it has a monthly dot showing up this month here in August. This is built on the Ethereum blockchain. Again, these are the names that are in my portfolio currently. I opened up that position at around 70 cents. It's sitting at 75. We're up about 10% on it so far. But again, a lot of meat on that bone. Okay, target's going to be 220 to 260 on that one. Chainlink we just kind of talked about. We got the monthly dot on that one there last month. That was around 12, 13 bucks. It's sitting right there at around 1960 now and just pointing straight up. I think this one could hit 28 maybe by the end of next week, but 26, 28 are going to be my first take profit. I'll probably sell half at those levels and then let the rest ride. I'm really just looking for that red dot in the red zone. So again, holding until we get one of our sell signals that we talked about here at the beginning of the video. And by the way, guys, if we can get this video to 300 likes by Monday, if you're watching the replay, I will give away 100 XRP to somebody down in the comments section. So make sure you smash the like, drop a comment on the replay, and I will choose someone from the comments section and give away 100 XRP on Monday if we can get there by then. Again, 300 likes will equal a 100 XRP giveaway to somebody down in the comments. ARB, same thing. Holding this one until we get back up here. It's been consolidating down here for a very long time. This consolidation is very boring to sit through, but we call that the stealth phase. So there's no one really talking about ARB right now. It's just kind of going sideways. It's very calm. Okay, pretty soon this is going to come, and once we get up to the red zone, that is when we'll take profits. You can see that was the time to take profits back here. You had that red dot right there in December at 130, and it sold all the way off. So again, just holding that one until we get back up here, and our typical time frame to hold until we hit that target is going to be 100 to 120. So we're looking for that target right now. And again, we're willing to wait 1 to 6 months to hit that target. And with altcoins doing what they're doing, everything's about ready to explode. Look at CRO right now, just on a rip. Just on a rip right now, baby. Whew! That could be 20 cents by the end of the weekend, folks. CRO is looking fantastic here. Look at that monthly chart just getting ready to absolutely explode here. Again, we got the green dot last month in July, and that thing's on the way, dude. That thing is absolutely ripping. Watch for a big move on CRO this weekend. My first target take profit would be around 20 cents. Here's Near. Near's right at the price I bought it. I bought it at 270. That was back here, I think, off this dot right here, somewhere in this area. Sold off a little bit, but again, we're long on this. I believe it doesn't have the dot yet, but you could see how it's reversing. So the thing about Near is if you look at the monthly, it's sold off for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months. Back here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months. Green candle ripped. We didn't have data at that time, but now we do. So I think that dot's going to come in September. I think you'll see the dot either this month in August or September. You'll see that signal show up as alts begin to explode here. And then the target would be here on the daily somewhere between $7 and $8. There's a lot of meat on that bone for Near, and it's still sitting at about the same price I bought it at. Here's STLA. This is Stellantis. They make cars, and they had the dot pop last month, but it faded away. And you can see the buyers are stepping in back into control here. I like this one as long as it can hold on to $8. If it breaks $8, I'm going to have to sell it. But target on that's anywhere from 18 to 20. I still like it. I'm still long, and they actually pay a dividend as well. Here's Oscar. Oscar's breaking out here too. They reported their earnings. They do have a monthly dot showing up, but as long as we can hold on to that support at $12, I think this one is fine. I'm just holding that as long as we can hold that $12 support. If it goes back down there, I'll just look to add more to the position. I think where I bought this was around 13. I bought it off this dot right here at around 13.20, I think is my average. So I'm up around 10-15% on it right now, and just targeting up here at 22. Again, I saw a lot of you guys in the Discord talking about this thing at $22. That's what caught my eye about it, and then it sold all the way off, and that's when I wanted to take a position, because again, up here in the red zone, we're never looking to buy. We never want to buy assets that are in the red zone. The move has already happened. You should have been buying Oscar back here in June at 14. Okay, this thing went all the way up to 22 here, and then sold all the way off. So again, we want to sell up here, and we want to to technically be buying down here in the golden zone on the daily. And again, target on that's going to be back up there at 22. Here's ASML. This is a semiconductor play that gapped up yesterday. I really like the gap up there, and that one's still looking good. Target on that's going to be $900. $900 on the target. That one's also showing up with a monthly dot as well, so we got to be careful with our stop loss. I think as long as this one holds $600, it's very, very bullish. If it goes any lower, if it goes down to that level, I'll probably just look to average down. That's where we landed there last time, but this just gapped up, and I think that has a lot of meat on the bone. I still think semiconductors are going to do very, very well here into the end of the year. Target's going to be 900 still on ASML. Here's Nail. Nail's been nailing it lately. Okay, this one's got the green dot on the monthly showing up. So again, the last time we got a monthly green dot with the wave way back down here on Nail, and by the way, this is a home builder and supply ETF. It is a leveraged ETF. But you can see the last time we got the green dot on the monthly was all the way back here in December of 2022 at $30. $30, it went all the way up to 180. Okay, off that last dot, if you would have held all the way to the top, you would have made 520% off of that investment. I think home builders are going to do very, very well here going into summer. They're expecting an 80% chance right now to cut rates in September. So when rates get cut, that's really good for real estate because real estate becomes more affordable because you're paying less interest. Okay, when rates are really high, you got to pay a lot of interest to the bank to borrow the money. But when that percentage amount comes down, it's really good for real estate. So they're expecting an 80% chance of a cut for September. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but there is a good chance that I think it's eventually going to happen. I think Trump is going to make that happen eventually. It might not be tomorrow, but it could be within the next, few months here in September. So Nail, I'm still very long on. Again, I love the dot right here, the same one we got back here 3 years ago before we went on a massive, massive run up. My target on that is going to be anywhere from 110 to 170. PFE, this is a healthcare play here that ended up today. This one also has the monthly dot showing here, so I just played that. I think healthcare stocks have just been beaten to a pulp. And I'm just taking advantage there on Pfizer. Don't necessarily like the company and what they do, but they do make a lot of money. $14 billion last quarter. So $14 billion in 4 months is a lot of money. That one and Oscar are my two healthcare plays. I like both those, how they're setting up here on the monthly. So the next one's going to be Riz. Riz is that low cap play we took. It's right back down here to where it was back here in May before it went parabolic. So it's sitting a little higher right now. I think it looks very, very solid right here at 0.002. I like that one a lot still. I'm holding that one, staking it on their website, earning 8% APY at the moment. And that's I think they're like a $2 million market cap right now. And I really like their tech. I really like their website and how they got it set up. I think they're going to do some things, and we're very early on that project. Here's Chirp. Chirp, same thing, very low market cap here, sitting at about 8 cents right now. We were buying this one back here at around 3 cents. It went on a parabolic move up to 17 and sold all the way back off, but now we're back here building support right here at around 6 cents, 6 to 7 cents. This is the support zone, right? This is where we're going sideways, not going crazy up, right? Not buying up here. We're looking to buy after a sell-off, and we go sideways, okay? We had a sell-off. Now we'd be looking to add more to the position. I'm very long on both of these projects. They're very new, under $5 million market cap plays, so those are high risk, high reward. They're just a couple cryptocurrencies that haven't caught wind yet that, in my opinion, have the potential to. So those are more fundamental plays than technical plays for me. Here's Intel. Intel's also got a red dot here on the monthly, but again, as long as we can hold support, we're fine. So as long as Intel holds 1750, I'm not worried about it, okay? I am holding it. You can see this has been very strong support. When I say support, I mean that's where it's bouncing, 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 okay? They're holding the price up above that 1750 level. Now, if it breaks that 1750 level, that low of right there, then yeah, we might go lower. But as of right now, I'm long on Intel. I think the chip, I think they're a great company. They make $13 billion. Yeah, they've lost a lot of market share over the years, but they're still a chip maker with solid earnings. They're making $12 billion a quarter. So $12 billion every 4 months, right? They're not going out of business. If anything, they're going to get acquired, in my opinion. Here's TGT. Target kind of went up this week a little bit. That thing was up, what, 5% on the week? But again, if you look at the monthly, okay, we got that green dot right there at $100. So we're about up 5% right now off the trade. And again, we're just waiting our 1 to 6 month time frame until we get back up here to the red zone. I don't know when that's going to be. Looks like they got earnings coming up here shortly on August 20th. But again, that could be 1 to 6 months before we get up here. If it goes down to 90, I'll just buy more. But I like the price action in Target this week. STX is another cryptocurrency given a green dot here on the monthly. STX and OP are both and near, in my opinion, are and ARB as well. I mean, they all look like they haven't even taken off yet. Like, these charts are just curling up here, dude. I'm telling you, I think we're days away from just a holy crap move. People are going to be like, what just happened? Okay, because these dots don't come around every day, guys. These are like every 6 to 8 months. You can see the last one came in November. Okay, when we had that 2-month pump. When Trump got in, we went up for 2 months, and then we sold off. Again, these trades last for 1 to 6 months. You never know exactly when it's going to top, but a good place to check is up here in the red zone or around the red zone. This was a great place to sell STX here at $3 after it rallied from $1. That was a 200% move. So if you get a 200% move on an asset, that's like buying a house and selling it for 3 times the amount that you bought it for. Okay, stocks and crypto are way more interesting than real estate, guys. But I think right now, I mean, just by the way the indicator is setting up here on a lot of these altcoins, I think people's minds are literally going to be blown going into November, going into the end of the year. Okay, I think the next 1 to 6 months are going to be absolutely insane. So STX is a very solid play here, in my opinion, off the dot. Snapchat, you saw that one go against us. I averaged down on that today. I called out that trade today, so I got stopped out on that MDB position. Where'd that go? And I took a call on the 25 calls for Snapchat. This is going to be for 2027, though, so those are leap options. I'm targeting just way out of the money because I think this thing is going to bounce back here. It's at a very solid support level right here at $7. I think I entered this at around 9. It's at 750, so I'm down about 20%. When something falls 20%, that's typically where I look to average down. So I think this one will bounce here at $7. That daily dot will confirm that. So watching for the daily on Snapchat, but I did average down on that one before the market closed today. I added more of that company. Even though it's been harsh to me this year. It has been terrible. That's been my worst trade of the year is Snapchat. I've entered twice. I entered right back here at 10. It sold off to 7. I got back in right here at around 9, and now it's back at 7. So it's definitely taken me for a ride this year. This has been my worst trade of the year is Snapchat. Snapchat and DJT both went the other way on me, but everything else is good. And that's why I like to stay diversified, guys. 5%, never exceed 5% in any one position is a good general rule to have. Okay, right down here, tip, never exceed more than 5% of your portfolio in one trade, meaning if you don't exceed 5%, if you only put 5% into Snapchat of your total portfolio, so say you have $10,000 and you put 5% of $10,000 in, which would be $500, and it went against you by 20%, well, you'd only lose less than 1% of your portfolio. So you're not risking a bunch of money on it in case you are wrong. Then you don't panic down here because you just saw your account just go down by a ton, right? So I have a 5% rule. That's why I have like 20 names in my portfolio right now, is because each position is around 5%, except for Chainlink and a couple of other names. Chainlink is actually the only one that's not a 5% position. Everything else is 5%. Chainlink is my largest position just because I am fully confident in that company and in that technology. There's no doubt in my mind that it's going to be back up here at $30. That's why I was buying it at 15 because I thought it was very cheap. So I'm very heavy on Link, but the rest of these positions are 5% positions. I entered Snap, I think, at 9, but it was only a 2.5% position. So it was less than 5%. So now that it's down, I can add another 2.5% down here and get my average cost from 9 down to 8 because I'm buying it at 7. So if I buy some at 9 and some at 7, my average cost then is 8. If you buy 200 shares here and 200 shares here, your cost goes from 9. Okay, if you buy it at $7, it's now $8 a share. So if this went back up to 14, right, I'm still profiting. I'm not buying for the prices down here. We're buying for the prices up here. And I still like Snapchat as a company. I think there's a lot they can do with 300 million active users. It's not going to just get stuck down here forever. Eventually, it's going to have its day and go up. We got Novax. Novax also given a monthly here as well. This one I called out yesterday, 2 days ago, I'm sorry, at like $7 off this dot on Wednesday. That thing had a nice move yesterday, 20%. Target on that's up there at 16. That's another healthcare play for you guys. So Novax, PFE, and Oscar are all my healthcare plays. I really like those names. I think they have a lot of meat on the bone. Look at this Novax chart. Sometimes this thing just goes absolutely insane. Sells off, goes absolutely insane. We're coming out of a big consolidation period, just like this back in the day here. We've been going sideways in this range since 2023. So the longer the consolidation, normally the bigger the move. This thing was trading at $320 back in 2021. So we got a green dot there on the monthly, and it's sitting at $8. I mean, this is a very undervalued play here, in my opinion, and they just crushed their revenue and crushed their earnings. They beat their earnings by 7,200%. That's crazy. Okay, here's CLSK. CLSK still green on the monthly, so we're looking for the daily to average down. That had a red dot here today. Looks like they beat their earnings, missed a little bit on revenue, so I'm going to look to average down on CLSK if it comes back down here to 8, but I think this is my smallest position. I took a lot of the profit off right here at 14, so I'd be looking to buy this one right back there around 8 off a daily dot, as long as that monthly dot stays green, because as long as the monthly is green, we're going up. As long as it's red, we're going down, and it's still green, so we're still bullish. All right, so that's those are my holdings, guys. So those are the ones I already have positions on. These ones would be the ones I am looking for positions on. So let me sit down really quick because I'm standing up. Hope everyone's having a good. What is today? Friday. Looking forward to the weekend. We got a bunch of family coming into town. We're going to the rodeo. We're gonna enjoy ourselves, barbecue and stuff like that. Would love to see what you guys are doing. Drop it in the comments. Drop your watch list down there. Whatever you need to do. Would love to connect with you guys. I read every comment on YouTube and Facebook. So, yeah, hope everyone's having a good time. Let's get into these names here real quick. So the majority of these names all have monthly dots because they're on my watch list. So I already have done that due diligence. All these names already have a monthly green dot. So where we'd be looking to enter is the green. So you could see that BMNR, this one came back here in March of 2025. So this would have been a great opportunity to buy it right here at around 32, just like it was right here in June. Okay, that came at 250. It went all the way up to 160. Everyone was talking about this one up here at 160. Okay, this was the new paradigm phase. This was the greed delusion phase. We had this big parabolic move from $3 all the way up to 160, and then it sold all the way back off. That was a beautiful entry right there on the 6th, right there at 32. It's already up 100%. I'd be targeting probably right there in the middle at around 70 or up there at 140 on this one. I think this is like a Ethereum trust, kind of like MicroStrategy is to Bitcoin. That's what this company is, but they use Ethereum instead. Here's SoundHound. That one gapped up today. Got the green monthly dot as well. That one looks like it wants more. This one looks very strong as long as it can hold on to that $12 level. If we can break out of 14, that thing's heading right for 24. But this is an AI play. That dot was just called out here today. It's gapping up, so watch for some continuation on this into next week, up there to 22 to 24 there on SoundHound. Here's USAR. That one's in the red zone, so again, we're not looking to buy that one. I'm going to go ahead and put this one on the blue list here, because again, we're already in the red zone, so we don't buy up here in the red zone. This was our time to buy. This was our time to buy. And this was our time to buy right here, back last week on the 31st. That was your entry at $11. It's at $17 now. Okay, and we called that out last week, I believe. So ONDS also up there in the red zone. That one's in price discovery. So I have a blue list, a red list, and a green list. If you guys want to learn how I organize these to stay organized with my stocks and crypto, you come over here to the Discord. If you come over here to the Discord, you guys can see I have a free course that I've been talking about, but there's a video on how to set up watch lists here. It's right here, how to set up effective watch list, a beginner's guide. That's a great video, just so you guys can stay organized with your holdings and with your names that you're watching. Typically on the blue list, they have a monthly dot, but we're in the red zone. So I'm waiting for a pullback on those names that are up there in the red zone. Because again, we don't buy the hype. We don't buy when it's already up. We're buying down here, okay? We're letting this trade play out. So ONDS and USAR are off the list this week. We got ALB, so this one looks good. That one got the green dot yesterday at 70. That one's got some room to go for into the red zone. So that looks good again. It has a monthly dot here on the chart. We are actively looking for that one. I believe this is a lithium mining company. That is ALB. We got HP. HP's got a lot of room too. This one gave the monthly last month. We're still long on that. And it's down here at the bottom of the fib. Target would be up there between 37 and 42 on HP. BBAI up 8% today. Got the green dot here on the daily, but they do have earnings on Monday. So playing earnings is always a gamble. I wouldn't buy this one right here. I want to buy it deeper in the golden zone. But I'm not saying this thing can't keep going. It just doesn't look like it's at a fair price to me. If you're going to go long on it, I would use $6 as a stop loss. If $6 breaks, I would look to buy it down here at like $4.50. Okay, but right now $6 is support for BBAI, and it did give you the signal, and you got a little bit of meat on that bone back up there to $9 to $10. With the way that SoundHound reacted today, I mean, they missed their earnings. They missed their earnings, but they gapped up 26% today. So that shows you that the demand for AI is still very much intact. So that'll be interesting to watch there on Monday going into next week. We got Pepe up 7% today, also looking very, very good here. Okay, target on that is up here in the red zone. We're still way down here at the moment. LDO, same thing. A lot of room to go back to 2 to 240. I believe this one does have the green monthly there. So you could put your support level on this one. This is another Ethereum altcoin. So these Ethereum altcoins are going to run very hard once Ethereum finds its spot. So Ethereum right now is in price discovery. So Ethereum's going up. Pretty soon there's going to be a rotation out of Ethereum, and it's going to go into its altcoins like OP, like ARB, right? And into other altcoins. That's how that works. Into Uniswap. Okay, Uniswap, LDO is another one. But this just looks so bullish here, guys. This thing, in my opinion, is heading here to 220. That's be my price target on LDO. I really like that one. That's got a lot of meat left on that bone. And it's already up quite a bit off the dot that we called out over there in the Discord on Wednesday at 91 cents. They got a lot of room to go there. Here's MU. MU still pushing up too. That one still looks good. You had an opportunity to buy that one back here on the 6th, right there around 108. And we're in the red zone here, but that one looks like it's going to break out and go into price discovery as well. NIBS is already in the red zone there, so we're moving that one to the blue list. Uniswap still got a ton of room back to 16 to 18 bucks here. Again, green dot of the monthly was called out there in July. We were talking about this one since back here at like 7 cents. And again, you had an opportunity to buy it right there on Monday at under $9. It's now sitting close to 11. So that one's still got a lot of meat on the bone. Open, looking for a green dot on the daily on this one. Everyone was super jacked up about this a couple weeks ago when it was at $5. They pulled the rug out from you guys, and now it's getting back down to a spot where it looks very interesting. I actually like it right here at $2 for a real estate play. I might actually look at taking a small position on this one next week. That one is sitting at 150, and that thing was trading all the way up at 40 bucks back in the last real estate boom. Again, if they do decide to cut rates, that could get really crazy for Open Door. Because again, real estate companies benefit from lower rates because they're able to borrow more money and buy more assets and buy more real estate. So again, that's how they make money. They flip houses. They're a house flipper. They buy people's houses for cash and then they sell it for a profit. They might fix it up or do whatever. But Open Door is definitely one to watch. I like it a lot more. Again, some of you guys were screaming about this in the Discord up here at $5, but I said, no way I'm touching this thing up here at 5. We want to wait for the retracement. Okay, that was a 50% dip, 50% down, and now it's getting to a point where I actually like it right here at around 150. So watching that one for a green daily. Next week we got Moodang. This is an altcoin that Robinhood listed. It's green on the monthly, and it's got the green dot here on the daily at around 15 cents. This one has very strong support right there at 15. Apple actually gave the green dot here on the monthly today. You saw that. That was called out over here inside of the Discord under the monthly alerts. You could see Apple. That popped up there again. These are very rare. The last time we got one was back here in June of 2024 at 190. It went all the way up to 260. That's a great trade for a stock like Apple, and it looks very, very strong here. So we're looking to buy any and every pullback here on Apple. Hopefully you got in right here on at 205. I know the green monthly wasn't there yet, but the green monthly is now confirmed, so you can rest assured that this thing will be trading somewhere between 250 and 260 in the next 1 to 6 months. That has a lot of momentum going into next week. We got ETC here, Ethereum Classic. Target on that's going to be up here at 35. And again, green on the monthly. So a lot of meat on that bone. Rose was the one we were talking about earlier. Again, Just like how we want to buy up here in this red zone, we want to, I'm sorry, sell up here in the red zone, we want to buy down here in the lower golden zone. So we just got the confirmation of a green dot on Rose. If I had some cash right now, I might even rotate out of like Arrow today up 20% and go into some Rose. I might do that this weekend if I have some time. But again, green dot on the monthly, that's as bullish as it gets, guys. It's as bullish as it gets. Target on that would be up here between 12 and 14 cents. But I really, really like Rose. I might have to sell some of my Arrow to buy Rose. And I'm actually writing that down here. AERO, swap maybe like 25% of it for Rose to play the monthly, because this thing just looks like it's about ready to explode. Looks really, really good here. That's probably my favorite one of the day so far. I like STX as well and OP because, again, they're showing their monthly dots this month. This is telling me that we're going up for the next 1 to 6 months. This isn't going to get me rich overnight, but I'm going to buy it. I'm going to hold for 1 to 6 months. And when we go on this parabolic move to the upside, I'm going to take my profits. I'm going to sell, and then I'm going to wait till it resets again. Simple as that, guys. It's as simple as that. Okay? As long as you're buying good quality names, this strategy is killer. Okay? And when I say good quality names, I mean not shit coins and not meme coins. But Rose is at the top of my list right now. Okay, that one is at the top of my list right now. Okay, I'm going to actually add a section in here just to separate those in case I see some other ones. SBET. Again, SBET, everyone was chasing up here at 100 to 120. We were way up above the red zone there. Okay, now we pulled back. Had a trade right there at 10 bucks. It went up to 42, sold off. You had another signal come right there on the 5th. That looks really good. Ethereum, we're not touching this one up here. Again, we were loading up on Ethereum down here. Now that it's in price discovery mode, just let it ride. Great one to day trade now, but that one looks like it wants more. I think that's going at least to 5,000 here probably in the next couple of weeks. I'm targeting anywhere for 5 to 8,000. What I'd be looking for the second target is our sell strategy number 2, waiting for the stochastic to get back up there to the white dotted line just like it did here. And just like it did here, both times pretty much called the exact top. So that's what I'd be looking for now. But I sold my Ethereum for like a 250% gain because I was buying options, and I sold them up here for like 250 to 300%. So I was happy with that, and I'll just let that thing do what it's going to do. If it has any dramatic pullbacks, I'll look to add. But as of right now, okay, it's just too high for a buy. So that one's on the blue list over there. So these ones, again, they're all up in the red zone already. It's already hit one of our targets, our sell targets that I went over there at the beginning. Okay, if it's already in the red zone, we're too late to the party. We want to be buying in these golden zones, at or around the golden zones. That was a beautiful signal there. Beautiful signal here. Beautiful signal here. But up here, we're too late. We're not buying, right? We're not buying in this area. We're not buying in enthusiasm. We want to get in before the enthusiasm, before the media starts talking about it. Everybody was laughing at Ethereum over here at 2,200. They were laughing. I was getting roasted in the comment section, folks. Okay? But again, this wasn't a get-rich overnight thing. This was a buy and hold strategy, and it paid off. Okay? And this strategy, again, is a 1 to 6 month strategy. This is not buy and sell the next day. This is buy and hold and wait till we hit our targets, just like it says in our strategy. Okay, Matic taking off here, target 60 to 70 cents. That one looks good also, has a monthly there. SBET, you kind of missed your opportunity back here at around 20. If you can get that closer to 20, I like it. Here's Atom. Atom's also taken off. This one also has a green dot here on the monthly as well. Hasn't really moved much over the last couple years. Didn't really even move. Well, I guess it had a decent move from 6 to 10. That was still a 200% move in the last run up, but target would be 9 to 10 on that one. FCX. FCX is reversing here. Nice bounce there off of 38. That one looks good above 38. Got some room back up there to 50. We got HUM. This is Humana. I think this is another healthcare name, if I'm not mistaken. But they have really good earnings. Huge company. Very oversold here. I think healthcare is going to be a very, very solid place to rotate your crypto into. I've already started to position myself in some of these healthcare stocks. I think Humana is a healthcare company. If it's not, please let me know. Yeah, it is a healthcare stock. And again, target would be 375 to 400. But I really like this one too. Humana looks really good. I'm going to move that one in my favorites list. And those will just be my favorites out of this list for next week. that I think look good for like a position right now. LDO is another one in my opinion that looks very good. Open Door, I like that one too. Moodang doesn't look bad. I hate meme coins, but it's listed on Robinhood, so it has some legitimacy. Here's EA. So EA's up in the red zone, so we take that one off the list. Soxel, this is the semiconductor ETF. That one looks like it's got some meat on the bone. ELF also looks good next week on a green dot on the daily. The green dot is still there on the monthly, so this one looks good here as long as it can hold on to that support there at around 94. I'm not going to put that one on my favorites. That's not my favorite because I don't know too much about the company. CELH, this has been one of our best trades of the year, guys. We called this one out down here at 25. It's up 100% so far. It looks like they just beat their earnings. They crushed their earnings, crushed on revenue, crushed on their earnings, did very well. And yeah, this thing's just moving up now. So that's been one of the best trades of the year here. And it looks like that one's going into price discovery. I probably would take some off when the stochastic on the daily gets back up here at 60, 70 bucks. Because again, if you were buying with us, we were buying down here at like 25. So you're up 100%. If you're up 100%, always a good place to take some off the table. Here's Dell, DELL. That one's in the red zone as well. So not too interested in that one. MKR is a little different. That one's got support right there at 1800. Still, it's in the red zone, but not my favorite setup technically. UAL looks good back to 110. We got WIF. A lot of room to go back to $4 on WIF. This is the dog meme. Again, I don't really dabble in meme coins. I like to buy into technologies. IMX, on the other hand, looks really good as well. I'm going to put that one on the favorites too. IMX and Rose both look very, very good for crypto plays going into the end of August. Target on that would be up there at $2. That's around 300% if it goes back to that level. I think that looks really good. We got Doge given a green dot here on the monthly today as well. This was also called out in the Discord, but you could see the last time we got one was back in November at around 12, 13 cents. It went all the way up to 50 cents. So that was a 400% move off the last dot that we got, and we're getting the same exact signal here in August. So Doge also looks very, very good here. Target on that would be like at 45 cents up there. Looks really good. That'll go on the favorites too. Here's AVE. AVE's got a little bit of room back to 375. That's been a huge winner for us this year too. We were calling that at like 95 bucks. Here's ARM. ARM looks good here. I'd buy this one on the next daily dot. That will be probably called out on Monday or Tuesday. That one's got room back to 170, 180. I really like that one too. Bonk. Bonk looks really good here too. Again, there was a lot of hype around Bonk back here at 0.004. It sold all the way off down here to 0.002. Had the green dot right there. Boom. Got room back to 0.005. No data on the monthly yet, but this one looks like it's going to take off here. Looks very, very good. Okay, again, everyone was talking about this at 4. It sold off 50% after you got the red dots here, and now you're getting the green ones here. This thing's reversing and going higher. That looks very good. HPE, I don't even know what these guys are, to be honest, so I'm going to take them off my list. Lit's got some room back there to 48. That's I believe that's a lithium miner ETF. Yeah, lithium miner and battery ETF. It's got a little bit of room back to 45. SCI's got a lot of room back to 70. That looks good here. I really like SCI going into next week too. What else we got? STM. STM had some room back to 42. That got the green dot yesterday. That looks really strong as long as it can hold that $24 level. It is still green here on the monthly and setting up very, very nicely here at $24. I like that one. Marvel's another semiconductor that hasn't really taken off yet. Okay, both of those I would rather prefer over AMD simply because AMD is already up here in the red zone. We called AMD out over here at like $100, guys. We called AMD at $100. So a lot of you guys took profits this week at 72%. That's a beautiful trade. I would much rather look for something like Marvel. Was it Marvel? Marvel or STM here, because again, they're not in the red zone yet. The red zone is our target. If this goes back to the red zone, you're going to make 67%. Okay, same thing with Marvel. You got a lot of room to go back up there. Okay, AMD's already in the zone, so we're not looking to buy things in the zone. We want to buy them down here. Okay, And normally when there's a green monthly dot, FedEx does not have the green monthly dot, but it did show up there temporarily. I think it could come back. Target on that would be 300. Solana target up there is going to be 260. Ondo target 180 to 200 there. That's sitting at 102. We called this one out off the golden dot. If you guys ever see a golden dot on your indicator, okay, that's just like treat it just like a monthly dot. Okay, you simply just buy. So it's a 1 to 6 month swing trade. Boom. So we were entering right there at 80 cents. You should be up 20% if you're still holding. You had the opportunity to average down here at 60 as well. It went up to 120, but everything is pointing straight up here for Ondo. This one looks really good. Look at that monthly chart just curling to the upside. That looks fantastic, dude. Target 180 to $2. I know we called it out at 80 cents, but I still like it here at $1. What else we got? Oxy just kind of goes sideways. Oil and gas hasn't really broken out yet. Not really my favorite play. Here's DR Horton, another home builder. I played Nail on this, that ETF I talked about at the beginning. Again, if you guys are joining late on the live stream, this replay will be available over in the Discord there or on the page. But DR Horton does have a red dot here today, but I think that one has room back to 180, 190. Here's AVAX, also looking very good. Got the green monthly. AVAX is an absolute buy at these levels. Target on that is up there between 48 and 52. Here's LTC. So Litecoin's already in the red zone. So again, we're not looking to take that trade, even though it could break out and go higher. We're just not buying it up here. We're buying it right here at 106, and we're buying it down here at 80. Okay, this is part of our take profit. We never want to buy in the red zone. That is part of our strategy. We never buy in the red zone. Okay, here's INJ. I think INJ looks really good here too. That one got the monthly last month. Target on that's going to be up there between 30 and 32. And again, guys, if you do not have these trading indicators, you guys can download the Fibonacci's. You guys can download my entire layout by clicking on this link over here in the Discord. It's under the trading indicator tab. If you guys have any trouble loading that up, my email is right there. Just shoot me an email with any questions or if something's not working. But it's a pretty straightforward process, just a couple of clicks, and everything loads directly up into your TradingView account. Here's Chevron. Chevron target 160 to 168. Here's XTZ. I really like XTZ here as well. That one's going on the favorites list simply because we have the monthly alert, baby. We have the monthly. This thing was back here at 10 bucks, $9 back in the last bull run. Okay, November was not the bull run, guys. November was not the bull run. You're about to see what the bull run is really about here. Target on this is 160 to 180. Okay, that's on the favorites list there. We got SUI. I'm sorry, I skipped BX. BX, yeah, I don't know. Blackstone, that's Blackstone. We'll keep it on the list, but not my favorite. SUI got the green dot there Thursday at around 350. Target on that would be up there at 5. Here's TER, Teradyne. That one's got a move back to 150 there. Still got some juice in it. Here's BA. BA's up here in the red zone, so we're no longer interested in that. Or if you are, you're waiting. See, the stochastic's already up there. So that trade kind of already happened for us. So that's going on the blue list there. ADA's got a green dot on the monthly. This one's going up there as well. Guys, altcoins are about ready to just go insane. Like, this weekend could be very, very insane. You could see another big push to the upside here over the weekend. First target on ADA is 120, but I think that one's going $2, $3 easy. Some people are calling for 5, but a good first target would be 120 to 110. 80 cents to those levels is still 60, 70%. If you're doing that consistently, you're going to make a lot of money in the markets. GM's got some room back up there to 58. Here's QNT, another crypto ISO compliant cryptocurrency here. That's got some room back there to 160. Here's TAO, another one that looks really good here as long as it can hold on to that $300 level. Looks very strong back up there to 700. Here's COP. ConocoPhillips, this is another oil and gas company. It's got some room back there to 110. Here's AMAT, also gapping up here. They got earnings next week. Let's keep an eye on that. Here's Thermo Fisher. I really like this one too off the green monthly for an entry here on TMO. Looks like they already had their earnings. They did good. They gapped up. I think this one looks really good here at 450. I'm going to go ahead and add that one to the favorites list for next week. So I'll go ahead and share this list with you guys after this video. I'll actually do it right now. I'll just replace the one I posted earlier here. with this. I'll do it after the video. I'll share this list with you guys after the video so you can pull up the favorites and pretty much everything we talked about here today. So you guys will be able to go over it here on the weekend. We post that in the watch list thread over here in the Discord. You can just click on it, and it pretty much opens up all of the current names over here, okay, inside the watch list. So this is updated always in real time. So it's updated once a week on Friday. I'll add some names to it throughout the week, but for the most part, that is updated every Friday. Friday is when we do our watch list here on YouTube. So if you guys aren't subscribed, make sure you smash that bell and subscribe and tune in. We're live every Wednesday and Friday here on this channel. Wednesday, we take your guys' chart requests, and Friday is the day for the watch list. So AMGN here. This one's got some room back to 330. Green dot there on the monthly looks really good as long as it can hold on to that 280 support right there. 280 would be support there on AMGN. That's another healthcare play. VLO got the green dot here today. This one looks good as long as it can hold on to 130. CLF, that one looks good for next week as well. Just needs the green daily dot. Here's HBAR. HBAR's got some room. My target would be 35 here on a trade. DAL's also got some room. I like DAL here. This is Delta Airlines. Got the green dot there yesterday. I like that one as long as it can hold on to 48 there. Here's XOM, another oil and gas company. I like this one right here at 105. It bounced right there at 100 last time. Looking for the green daily next week. That looks good for a little short-term trade there on XOM. Here's Pepsi. Pepsi also looks very good here, guys. Monthly dot came in July. I mean, the wave hasn't been down here since like 2009. That was a long time ago. Okay, back at $50, it went all the way to 200. So Pepsi's going to be a good one to hold here to 170, 180. I really like that one. REGN, this is another healthcare play here. I like this one too. Got the monthly alert here, looking fantastic. Target would be 1,000 to 1,200. They just had earnings, and they beat on their earnings by 52%. So that looks really good here going into next week. Let me put that on the favorites as well. I'm going to do something different here. Let me just, I'll keep scrolling up and down. That's fine. We got BTBT. Got a red dot there on the daily. The monthly is still green though, so this one looks good above 250. Target would be up there between 5 and 550. We got FANG. FANG needs a green daily. BCH is up in the red zone, so we're not looking for trades on that at the moment. EVGO, this one's still green on the monthly. Yes, it is. This is a charging station company. They're still pretty new, They make about $100 million a quarter, so they're pretty new. $8 to $9 would be the target on that one. Here's the total 3. So the total 3, this is pretty much every single cryptocurrency put together minus Bitcoin and Ethereum. And you're seeing the green dot get called out last month. So I think we're going on this parabolic move over the next couple of months with altcoins, and I think you're going to see much higher highs. I don't think we top out at the same price we were at back in 2025, simply because there's just so much more money and institutional investments flowing in right now. You got governments buying and things like that. So I think we're going to have a big move up here to like 3 trillion and then probably top out. But we're very bullish on alts as long as that dot stays green there on the total 3. That looks very good. The most bullish sector for me, guys, is altcoins. And then it's healthcare, and then it's real estate right now. So those are names I'm looking to add and hold because a lot of them have been beaten up. And you can see a lot of them are recovering right now. TXN, this looks good as long as it can hold on to 180. Still, well, it's got a red dot there. So you need this one to hold on to 180. That's going to be support there for Texas Instruments. We got Home Depot, got some room back there to 430. ON as well. This one looks really good. You just need that green daily dot to confirm the move higher, but this looks very strong over 44. Again, green on the monthly, so we're bullish. It's having a little pullback this month, which we like. Okay, we want to look to buy that daily dot here on ON. This is the semiconductor, another semiconductor play. Here's MRK, still just range bound at the moment, but holding its monthly green dot, bouncing on a very, very nice level. MRK looks really good here too. These look very, very good. Healthcare stocks look really good here, folks. Really, really good here. What else we got here? We got CVX. CVX has some room back to 7. We got Ford. Ford's got some room back to 13 to 14. X swap, a lot of meat on that bone as well. That's another very low market cap play. That is X swap. It's been consolidating here for a very long time. Targets anywhere from 12 to 14. Airbnb sold off. They actually beat their earnings, but they sold off. But it looks like it's going to find support here. I would buy Airbnb on the next daily dot for next week. I think that looks really good. Airbnb for a setup back to 160. Just look for that daily alert. Again, we call the daily alerts out over here in the Discord for you guys when those pop. So these daily alerts only come from the watch list. So again, my green list has only names on it that have a green dot on the monthly chart. Okay. They have a green dot on the monthly chart. So that means we're actively looking for those daily alerts, and Airbnb would be one of those names that we want to buy the dip on here on the green dot, because we have clear support right here at around 115. As long as it can hold that level, it looks really good. USO, United States Oil. Selling up there in the red zone. We were buying right here. Back down to that spot. Needs a green daily. Algorand also got to go on the favorites list. I'm not even going to move that one up, but, well, might as well. Looks good back to 45 to 50 cents there. Algorand's a solid play. Okay, some of these names haven't really moved yet, and that's why we're taking advantage here. You want to buy the laggers, the ones that haven't moved with the rest of the market. Here's MPC. Selling off there, needs a green daily. ABBV, not for next week. Just doesn't look too hot for next week. MPC, that one looks all right. SLB looks pretty good. FSLR, this is solar. I'd want to see a bigger sell-off. We got PDD. PTD also green there on the daily, looking for 150 on that. That's a Chinese stock. We got JBHT. This is JB Hut. Are they still green on the monthly? Yes, they are. So looking for a daily alert on JB Hut. Baidu also had the green daily, so this one looks good for next week. Very choppy, but I think Chinese stocks are going to have their day here eventually. We got HAL still range bound down here at 20. Looking for the daily dot to add. We got NU. This is the Brazilian bank we've been tracking. This one got the signal there at around the same price it's sitting at right here around 12. Looks very strong here above this support at 1150 there. MSGS. Got the red dot there. This is Madison Square Garden. Honestly, just not too interested in this one. I'm going to take that one off my favorites list as well. I don't know their business model or anything. I know they own the Lakers and stuff, but just not very interested in it. Nike needs the green daily. Sam, this is Boston Beer Company. That one needs a little bit of a pullback and a green dot. PayPal is going to go on the favorites list for next week. What else we got? PayPal looks good. It just needs the daily alert. I think they're going to really benefit from crypto going up. AMD, again, we're already up here in the red zone, so the trade is off. Okay, again, the trade was on down here at $100 when we were calling it out, but again, it already played out. Can it go to 200, 220? Yes. But again, our goal is to never time the exact top. We want to get out near it. If you're up, if you can make 70 to 80% consistently, guys, you're going to make so much money in this market. Okay, we don't want to buy when it's up here. It's up here when it's in the red zone. And again, it can go to $200-300, but again, we're happy with our 70% trade. We're going to take profits and look for another play. We're going to be looking at one of these names to roll the profits over into, right? Because these ones are very oversold. AMD right now is overbought. Okay, can't worry about, oh, what if it keeps going? No, we're taking our 70% and we're going to the bank with it. Bitcoin, again, still green on the monthly, but it's up in the red zone. So we're just not playing ball here. Billy's got some room back to 28. We got STZ. STZ's got some room back up there to 250. I believe that one does have a green monthly as well. That's another beer company there. XRP up in the red zone. So again, just not looking for entries on it. Can it go to $5-10? Yes, but again, we were talking about XRP down here at $2. We said buy it at 2. We're not saying buy it up here at 330 because we were entering down here at 2. It looked a lot better in the golden zone than it did up here in the red zone. So again, I'm not saying it can't keep going up, guys, but with our sell strategy, that is our take profit. Okay, if you would have bought XRP at $2 when we called it out, you're up. Well, if you went to the top, That's an 82% trade. Everyone wants to chase the 1,000, 10,000x. I'm just not interested in that. I'm interested in consistently making a profit on trades, on good quality names. So, again, XRP is a fundamental play right now, not a technical play. I wouldn't be buying it at 330. I liked it a lot more at 230. ANET gapped up. That one's way too far on the red zone for us. Coinbase, that one's going on the favorites for next week. I think that one looks good. If this bull run really kicks off, like I think it's going to with altcoins, Coinbase is going to make a lot of money, and they got a green dot here on the daily. Again, a lot of people were talking about this at 450. We were in the red zone. This was our take profit. Red dot in the red zone, we take profit. Now it's sold off. Now we're looking for an entry. I think coin looks very, very good next week. Very good. And that got a daily dot printed there. So that looks fantastic here. Fantastic. Really good. That one's on the favorites list. We got KSS. This is Kohl's. Had a huge move up to 20 and sold all the way off. AZN. AstraZeneca, another healthcare company, looks okay. Here's Wolf. Wolf doesn't look bad. Looks like they beat on earnings. That's another crypto play. Here's APLD. Up here in the red zone, we're taking profits. Okay, that one's going on the blue list. CE. CE's down here. Target on that would be 120 to 140. Here's AEO. This is American Outfitters. You guys, I don't know if you saw the drama with the Sydney Sweeney or whatever her name is. She's the model. People are trying to cancel her for taking some pictures in American Eagle jeans and posting them on the internet or something like that. But it's bringing attention to the stock, which I think is hilarious. And I think it looks good here as long as it can hold on to 12 bucks. Okay, target would be up there at 22. But you can see that's given a monthly here. Boom. Monthly dot, Ripsky, monthly dot, Ripsky. Let's put that one on the favorites list. We got NVTS. Okay, too high. Too high right now. Looking for a bigger dramatic pullback on that. EXPI. I like this one on a daily next week. Mara got the daily here as well. I like that one for next week too. SERV also green here on the daily, building support at that $10 level. Here's Donut. I'm gonna go ahead and put Donut up there for you guys because a lot of people have been talking about this. Again, some people were talking about it up here at 6. It's sold all the way back off to 3. Looks like they missed their earnings, but they beat on revenue. So I like this one back to 12 bucks. I think Donut looks very interesting. I didn't like it up here at 6, but I do like it down here at 3. Again, that's a very speculative play there. Riot needs a green daily. AER or AEHR, too high. It's up there in the red zone. Not interested. Here's Riot. Riot needs the green daily. WLK, another home builder. Again, this one is green here on the monthly. This is a 1 to 6 month swing trade, not a get rich quick signal. It looks really good down here at 79. I really like WLK here too. Here's Hut. Hut beat on earnings. That one's got some room back to 30. Rocket Mortgage. Probably would have took some off there at 19 or so. It did give a red dot, so what you could do is set a stop loss at 16. If 16 breaks, it'll most likely come back to 14, but that does have some room back there to 21. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out, but it did get a red dot there today. XTZ, gapped up and then gapped down. They flushed it right back on Square. Wow. Let's watch that one for a daily next week. SMCI. I actually like this one here. I like this one a lot on a daily dot. So I'd be looking for the daily on SMCI here. They missed on their earnings. That's why the stock sold off. Okay, if I take the fib off here, you can see we're right back into that 6-month moving average. We used the 180 or 200-day moving average here. Okay, you can see when we hit that, we bounce. Okay, that moving average is the 6-month average. So because we're 1 to 6 months out on all investments, we want to know where that average price is. The average is the mean. So that mean will tell us that line is the 6-month moving average. This is the average price over the last 6 months, that blue line on our chart, on our indicator. And that is part of the trading indicator when you guys download it, by the way. But you can see how that acts as support. Boom. It's a big support level. Okay, and that's right there at 44. So what I'd be looking for on SMCI is a green dot here on the daily, but I do like it here at 44. Okay, and again, I think we are still green on the monthly. Yep, green on the monthly. We're just getting a little pullback on earnings. VVX. I believe this is a I want to say an aerospace company. It's right back down into its 6-month moving average as well. I like this one as long as it can hold on to 47 there. Okay, had a pretty dramatic sell-off there. So watching that one going into next week. I can't remember what they do exactly. QS, this one's got some room to go back up to 15 as well. Lyft is selling off hard here on their earnings. Ugly. And they got a red dot there. So I'm not a huge fan of Lyft. I'd rather buy Uber personally. So I'm going to actually put that one on the red list. Uber? I haven't seen Uber in a while. What is Uber doing? Uber's just up there in the red zone, so it's just hanging out. Zillow. Zillow's in the red zone, so again, not looking to take a position, but that is a real estate name that I think could do very, very well here if rates do get cut. If that could break out over 90, that thing's going to absolutely rip to the upside. Looks like they missed on their earnings a little bit. God, they don't even make $1 billion in revenue. That's crazy. MDB. I got stopped out on MDB today. I had a stop loss set right here at around 2. I had it at 214, but that was just a low right there that we got. We bounced. You can see, boom, we went down, but we lost that support level. So I think it's probably going to come back down here to like $2 or $200. I'd look to re-add to this one on the daily dot. I just hit my stop loss and I rolled it over into Snapchat. I called that out for you guys over there. I just think Snapchat got hit really, really hard, and I wanted to take advantage and average down on that. I was up on MDB. It just got this red dot here. I took my first set of profits right there at 250, and then I just sold the rest at 214. I think we added at like 204. So that was a successful trade. Now we're taking profits and rolling it into something else. But looking to buy that one on the daily, the next daily, as long as the monthly holds. MODG, this is Top Golf. I really like this one over $8. Really like it over 8 here. Okay, this one also has the green monthly there. I think this is a solid play here. I'm going to move that one up to the favorites. That one was up at $40 back in 2021. So I like that one. A-Firm. I believe this one's way up in the red zone. Yeah, we're just not looking for that one. Again, another name we were talking about back here at $50. Twilio down 20% today, just getting killed. It's got a red dot there, so we're moving that one to the red list. TTD also gapped down. Wow. Gapped down on their earnings. They beat on earnings and gapped down. So to me, that's a big overreaction. I would be looking to buy some TTD here on the next daily dot. Now that we're back down here in this golden zone, I think that gap down is a very big overreaction. So I would be watching this one for a daily next week. It could come all the way down here to like 45, but just watch for a daily on this one, and then target would be up here between 120 and 140. But that's it for the watch list, guys. Let me go ahead and share this with you real quick. So I'm going to go ahead and post this watch list over here. Today is August 8th, Friday. We do these every single Friday. We go over our watch list for next week, and I'll go ahead and post this video right here as well. Well, it's already over there, but you guys can go ahead and watch that. So if you guys go over there, you guys can go actually click on that link there. And what you could do is you could just pull up the watch list. So you could go through it here. You could turn the flag on or flag off. You could add these to your watch list by right-clicking and adding them to your watch list if you want. And then you could just scroll down and see all the names that we just covered today in today's video. Again, if we can get this video to 300 likes here by Monday, guys, I will give away 100 XRP. So if you're still watching, smash that like. I'd love to give away some XRP next week to you guys. If you haven't joined the Discord yet, go ahead and do that. That link is in the description. It's free to join. We do have a membership over here that's $4 a month if you guys pay for the year in full. That's going to get you access to the watch list, the trade alerts. We also do chart request videos for members over here. Those open on Monday. So on Monday, you'll be able to put your chart requests over here in the chart request thread. And then we cover all these names just like we did here on Wednesday. So Wednesday's the day where you guys can get your chart requests answered in case I missed your name today. Just drop them over here in the chart request section. You also get access to all my trades, all my favorite setups over here as well. And of course, our watch list and the community. We have over 2,000 people in the community now. So you guys can join the chat. We all approach the markets in a very similar way. We're swing traders here, not day traders. You guys can also get access to news and things like that over here inside the Discord as well. That's all free. we just have that membership perk where you can get access to everything. That's more of our exclusive private community. So would love to have you over there if you guys aren't in it. I just want to say welcome to all the new people that have joined up over the last couple of weeks. It's awesome to see our community growing every single day. Make sure you guys know that I will never DM you asking for money or cryptocurrency. I will never try to sell you anything in the DMs. All of my products to my links, right? I have the indicator right here. Okay. And then also I have the membership. Those are the only two products. I don't do copy trading. The copy trading is part of the Discord membership if you guys want to see my trades. And yeah, don't click on any links outside of the Discord. The Discord is the private server, so any links getting messaged to you or anything like that, just beware of those, and make sure you guys use your heads. Don't get scammed or anything like that. There's a lot of people trying to copy what we're doing or pretend to be me. So if you guys have any questions, just put it in the chat. As always, you guys can double check with our community. Our community is really good about identifying scams and things like that. Just know that I'll never DM you asking for money or crypto or look to sell you anything. So with that being said, again, if we can get this video to 300 likes by next week, guys, I'll give away 100 XRP. Hope you guys have a great weekend. I think it's going to be a fantastic weekend for crypto. So keeping an eye on that. Look at Arrow up 24% now. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful there. Okay, and Link up a good 7% right now. Love to see it, man. Let me know what your favorites are down in the comment section. If you guys are watching the replay, drop your watch list. And yeah, we'll see you guys. I'm always in the Discord, so you guys can always hit me up over here. But the next live stream will be on Wednesday of next week for some chart requests. Again, if you guys have those, that will open up on Monday, and you guys will get that alert, and you'll be able to drop your chart requests in here to be answered live on Wednesday. With that being said, guys, God bless you. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.